How's it going, everyone? Welcome to another video I have for you here. Now, we're gonna get right to it. We're talking about Marathon, the long myth at this point. It's been in production for God knows how long. It's supposed to be pretty much the carrier of whatever Bungie's next massive project is. If they don't make money off this, well, then we'll never see D3 make the light of day. But besides that and all the stakes being held onto by this game to continue Bungie as a studio, we're not going to talk about the raw numbers today because at the end of the day, they don't matter. We only can see Steam charts. We have no idea PlayStation and Xbox is looking like, because we all know for Bungie games in particular, there are more players on PlayStation and Xbox than there are on PC. I mean, even today, if you will go to popularity.io or whatever it is for the Destiny 2 website that shows you all of the players on Destiny 2 in specific, you will see that PC is at the bottom, then Xbox, then PlayStation, with almost 50% more players than the rest of them. And I think currently, at this moment in time, Bungie's Destiny has about, we're talking about Destiny 2 of course, 200,000 concurrent players. So not much for Bungie, but if you look at Steam charts, oh boy, does it look like that game is already dead right now. I digress though. So because of that, we will not be looking at raw numbers and speaking more about what my experience has been direct, because we could talk numbers all day and that truly doesn't matter. What truly matters is, should you buy the game or not? Have you bought in the game and do you like it? What do you like and what do you dislike? So on and so forth. So, Marathon, so far in my 9 hours of playing this game, has treated me pretty well. The gunplay is honestly awesome for any LMG and any auto rifle. Now, that's pretty straightforward in most games. That's great. There's very little recoil to it. It seems like in general these were just really designed to kind of shoot and stay as straight as possible the entire time, which would pretty much describe why you have some sort of weird exo shell. You don't need to worry about something when you have robotics being able to automatically get rid of most of that sway that comes with having an auto rifle, because you're not in a human body. And pulse rifles are okay, or semi-autos, whatever you want to call them. They're great for the most part. In general, I honestly only have the perspective of using any light ammo or yellow ammo, for anyone who knows it by that, and or the Duracell battery-packed weapons. Now, every single one of these weapons have their pluses and their minuses, just like any weapon in general. A Duracell battery is going to start to overheat and make it shoot slower over time. The yellow weapons cannot shoot the same distance as the white bullet weapons. I have not had too much experience with the snipers in this game, and I'd like to have more, but unfortunately cannot seem to get them to drop for me. Scout rifles, on the other hand, I have quite a few times. And if you're used to playing at a far distance and you can see an enemy team from a far distance, they are a godsend for a moment. But in my experience, most of the time, anything a sniper can do, an LMG can do in full auto. So maybe that might need a little nerf. I'm not a big fan of nerfs myself. I've honestly loved running with full autos, but still, in particular, I'd rather have a small machine gun or an auto rifle over an LMG anyway, just based off of how fast you seem to overheat. Which brings me to another thing. The environment of Tau Ceti is amazing. Amazing. I still haven't been able to find myself a purple weapon. Not once, not twice, 0 times have I been able to get my hands on one of those beautiful purple or yellow weapons. I really wish that I had the possibility, but I simply think I just die too much, and it's just not my RNG loot pool to have that happen. Now, I have my feelings on why I die too much, but again, I will say this, I always have said this, I've never been a PvP main person. I've always liked Gambit style games, so this game is great to me. I love it because it feels a lot like what Gambit really is. Makes sense, right? So, Tau Ceti itself, an extremely deadly and unpredictable planet as far as I have seen. You have random fire rain coming, you have random blast of electricity coming, and you can see when they're coming. You know, you can predict it and realize, oh, that area is about to be struck by lightning over there in this facility. We better move and get out of the way. But if you're getting distracted by an enemy, and let's say for one reason or another you don't realize there's electricity all over you and you get absolutely pummeled by an electric bolt, you're gonna have a bad time. The enemies don't mess around, and we're just talking about the standard AI. These guys are built different. It's not your standard thrall from Destiny 2. No, not at all. Go ahead and try to punch one of those beefy boys more than once in the face. It does not happen, which brings me to something else. In my opinion, if I go up to a runner and on an enemy team and I punch them in the face twice, they should be dead. Why are they not just die? Okay, that doesn't make any sense. I should follow Destiny rules with that. I get it. It's not Destiny. It's something I'm still getting used to. I have no idea how many punches it takes, but it's definitely more than 3. Trust me, I've tried punching someone 3 times and they still didn't go down. Maybe it was because of the shield they have. Whatever. But these basic AI enemies, they don't mess around. They will kill you, they will throw you on the ground, and they will suck all of the exo juice right out of your body. Okay? Are they a little overpowered? Yes. They are. I'll 100% say that. I don't have a problem with that though, because how many games do you go into in general and the AI are subpar at best, they barely really show any sort of challenge, and they're really not a threat in the world in general, and then you get bored. This makes it so you have a real dedicated threat all the time. It does not matter your situation. These guys are the danger, okay? Put Walter White here. These guys don't mess around, and it's for good reason. I personally like that. I've seen plenty of people with problems with that, but my honest response to them, get good. I suck at PvP. I have to either get good or stay bad. There's no choice. That's my fault. If you suck at killing some robots, buddy, do you have other problems coming? I mean, what game are you even coming from? Fortnite? Damn, dude, get good. For real, I heard, what was it, Ninja was complaining about this game's AI being too strong? Buddy, I don't even know how you're still relevant at this point. Are you even still good at the main game you used to play, Fortnite? Are you getting wrecked on that now? It doesn't matter. I digress. All right. There's a few other streamers who also complained about it, but for the most part, I'm not a big fan of any sort of nerf. I don't care what the situation is. At the end of the day, we all just need to get good. And once you start to get good, you will see how much better at the game you'll be and how much better you'll feel about the loot system in general. For the most part, I will say that every single shell in the game, meaning the different characters you can pick from, like Thief and the other guys. I don't really play, I only remember Thief. I honestly can't remember the other guys' names. Even though I have 9 hours into this, you'd imagine I know them better, right? Doesn't matter. We'll call him this. Thief, shield guy, dude who could scan everything like a UAV, Rook, because I hate those. And I think there's 2 others. Medic, there we go. I think that's all of them, almost, if not. My bad, I haven't played that other class yet. In all honesty, these guys are all generally even. Nothing really feels power crept on them. They all have their advantages, they all have their disadvantages. Medic heals the whole team. It's a high advantage to anyone. In my opinion, every person should have at least 1 medic on their team. It's the simple truth of it. If you don't have a medic on your team, you're pretty much basically asking to die faster because you're bound to run out of heals. You're bound to run out of heals. It's the simple truth of the matter. But what's really plaguing this game to me, we're gonna get to the bad now. What's really plaguing this game to me isn't the gameplay. It's not the gunplay, that's fine. It's not the abilities. It's none of the shells. It's not the factions. It's not the UI even. I don't even think the UI is really that bad. I know a lot of people are complaining about it, but maybe it's because I played games with that type of UI before. And could it be updated and be slightly better? Of course. You can say that with any game, though. There are so many games with horrible AIs out there still. Or not AIs, UIs out there still that could be improved, but eventually you just get used to them, you know? Try something new, you get used to it eventually. If you hop on an ice skating ring for the first time, you're not going to be any good, so of course you're going to hate it a little bit. Unless you're just naturally good, then good for you. It's the community. Same thing that's destroying Destiny 2. Same thing I've been saying has been destroying games for a while now. Same reason why I think Rockstar's still slightly scared to release GTA 6. The community makes it very hard to keep the games alive. Now, you might ask, is it because they're toxic? Part of it, not the hugest part. Then what is it? Well, there's almost no communication within marathon lobbies, 90% of the time, you know what, I'll lower it, 80% of the time, there's people with just no mics in those lobbies. And this has been a plague inside of D2 for years. If you try and go and do a raid in Destiny 2 with no mics, you always have problems. Every single time I've tried to do it with no mics, we always have problems. And of course we wipe, because generally the no mics are the people who are just trying to get carried through the damn raid. They don't know what to do. They don't want to learn what to do. They just want the loot from the situation in general. So, of course, how can you have confidence without talking to one another? I don't understand this. This seems to be plaguing every Bungie game I've played so far. Eventually, besides Halo, the early Halos, it plagues every single game. The difference, if you go and watch my old VODs of how successful I was at X-Filing when I had a lobby full of mics versus a lobby full of no mics, is drastically different. Just like if you have a raid full of mics in Destiny 2 and a raid full of maybe, let's say, half the team having mics even, you're going to have extremely different circumstances. You're going to wipe, guaranteed. And the only time you don't is if you're playing with experienced players who you just tell our experience off the bat. But generally, they take over half the raid anyway at that point and are able to take over the mechanics that everyone else isn't able to do, because they just didn't speak up and they're used to being in situations like that. This shouldn't be the status quo. This shouldn't be the normal in Bungie games. Now, is this what most people are complaining about right now? Absolutely not. It's not. I think it's a big problem, though. I think it should be spoken about, because in a game like this, it's not your standard looter shooter where you're doing a strike. No, it's an extraction shooter. If you don't extract with your items, you die. I don't want to lose my loot over and over and over again because you decided to be with your buddy Sammy over there in Discord, hanging out and talk to him about the Teletubbies reunion 27-year anniversary happening tomorrow. I don't give a shit about that. Get your head in the game and speak on the mic. And I think Discord has, honestly, finger in this as well. They're part of the reason people are able to talk to each other without a phone all over the world. Now, does it have its bonuses? Absolutely. You could have a whole team of raiders inside of a Discord, or in Marathon, you could have your whole team inside of a Discord. But if you're not having your whole team, or at least most of you inside of a Discord, and in Marathon, this doesn't count, by the way. In Marathon, you need communication between all three of you because there's only 3 of you. If you don't have a whole team inside that Discord, then it's just going to mess everything up. And there's going to be miscommunication over and over and over again. And it's almost a guaranteed death sentence from every single enemy type. No matter what, you're going to get wiped out eventually, because there's no communication. Text to chat isn't enough. I know people are going to put that down in the comments, if there's any comments at all. They're going to say text to chat is an option, though. Why don't they just at least do that? They don't. They don't do that most of the time, at least in my experience. They haven't done that. They won't do that, and they're not gonna do that. They'd rather just run around. And I understand playing the game is having fun and just enjoying yourself. Part of me enjoying myself is actually getting away with the damn loot, dude. And every single time, this is the worst part. You cannot just leave a lobby because they have no mics. You are stuck until death or X-File with those people. And 90% of the time, you're going to die because the other teams are going to have communication that you simply do not have. There's been times where I've played this game where one of my teammates are all the way across the map, the other one is halfway down to Alabama, and I'm still sitting over here in Wisconsin wondering what the hell happened. I just loaded in. Why are they all the way over there already, and what's going on? No pings are happening, no communication. Why are we doing this, and where are we going, and why are we not doing it together? I get that there's bounties you need to do ASAP, as fast as possible when it starts, but what happens when teams start finding each other and rifling you off? And you're in a 1v3 situation. There's a reason why people play Rooks. It's because it's a challenge to do by yourself. In my opinion, if you want to play with a team for no mic, Bungie should create 2 different lobbies. No mic lobbies, mic'd lobbies. You are either forced to have your microphone on, or you can or it's optional to have on. There's nowhere in between. I don't want to be playing with half my team with mics and the other without mics. This has been, like I said, a consistent problem in Bungie games for a while now, and I'm sick of it. I am sick of it. Now, does Marathon have its downfalls? Of course, its replayability, blah, blah, blah. That's a based on person-to-person thing. I'm having a great time besides this fact. This is literally the only thing stopping me from wanting to continuously play this game is this. I mean, let me give you an example that I had last night, actually. On a map such as Outpost, it's damn near impossible not to have communication because to extract, you either need to get clearance, which I still don't know how to do, and 90% of my teams are no mic, so I expect they don't know how to do it either. You need clearance to exfile, and I haven't been able to find a team that has gotten clearance to exfile because none of us have no idea how to do it. Or you need to fight a bunch of enemies, which I've been able to exfile successfully with one team doing the enemy route. Otherwise, you're gonna die and you're gonna lose all your loot, and it's a guaranteed wipe. Outpost should be one of those maps where a mic or at least bare minimum communication is required. If not, that player should not be in that area. And this is why I say they should have separate lobbies. Now, will there probably be more players in the no mic lobbies than the mic lobbies? Absolutely. Do I think the longevity of people in the mic lobbies will be a lot more and stay as a team a lot longer? Probably, in all honesty. I can tell you when I play with a case, like a bunch of people with mics, 2 other people with mics, we'll generally play 4 to 5 games straight with each other until one of them needs to go to bed and then the other one leaves. And that's it. Other than that, this game is great. I've been having a really good time. Is it the best game I've ever played? No, it's not. You know, I've played definitely better games. And extraction shooters seem really fun. Now, do I have any experience with like Arc Raiders or Escape from Tarkov? No, I don't. Honestly, those games kind of looked graphically subpar. And when I found out Bungie was making an extraction shooter anyway, I decided to myself, you know what? I might as well just wait for their game to come out because I know I'll play it. And instead of blowing $40 on Arc Raiders, I could blow my $40 here because it's a company that I know. And trust me, there's plenty of times where small devs, I've spent the money. I just wasn't super interested in what Arc Raiders had to offer, in all honesty. I saw it, I thought it was interesting, but I was waiting for Marathon. Marathon's here, I like the genre, now I might actually go and buy Arc Raiders. But still, Marathon will fail unless people learn how to start talking to each other. I don't know when this became a problem. I don't know if it's COVID. I don't know if people are starting to become more deaf and mute than ever, or people are just nervous to talk to each other. I mean, hell, when I was younger, and I know you probably a bunch of people are about to probably call me Unk right now. When I was younger, you couldn't go into a Call of Duty lobby without literally having people screaming in your ears, no matter what the circumstance was, whether it just be them talking shit or what. It did not matter. They were still there, and you were still having a good time, and when you dominated a team, it was because of communication. That's what I pretty much have to say, folks. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. Let me know what you think in the description down below. Whether you agree with me, disagree with me, think I'm completely wrong, think I'm completely right. But if you think I'm completely wrong on the fact of the matter that communication is key in a game as Marathon or in a raid like Destiny, you're delusional. Take care.